G'day Trendsetter, Stuart here again, coming at you out of my backyard, also known as my veggie garden. Just wanted to mention the weather. It's an absolutely stunning day here again. It's supposed to be 22 degrees, something like that. But it's probably the last of the good weather for at least the next week. We're going into what I call the winter westerlies. It's a, I don't know if it's a phenomenon or not, but it happens every year. Generally the same time the Brisbane Ekka is on, the Brisbane exhibition, Brisbane show, colloquially named the Ekka. And so what happens is, for some reason at this time of year, you'll get the winds come from the west and the southwest. They're not bitterly cold, but they're strong and up to 40, 50 kilometres an hour and just relentless, just driving wind all day, and it wears you down after a while. I see it as some sort of a transition between winter and spring. It only lasts a week, 2 weeks at the most sometimes, and then winter's gone and spring's here. So I'm calling it a phenomenon, but I don't know if it's a real thing. But today, I'm not going. I won't be doing any gardening in my place. I'm going to take you somewhere and talk about something else, and I want to show you something. So let's get going. Well, if you haven't guessed by now, I work at Glenvale Villas Supported Living. And apart from being a fabulous place to work, there is a reason I brought you out here. There's a thing we do here in Toowoomba and the surrounding areas called the Carnival of Flowers. Now, that all started 69 years ago by the local newspaper, the Toowoomba Chronicle, or we just call it the Chronicle, as a garden competition. Now, the garden competition still runs, but now the whole thing is enveloped under a week-long festival called the Carnival of Flowers, or the Toowoomba Carnival of Flowers. It's usually the last full week of September, so this year it's the 21st to the 30th of September. So the reason why I've come out here today is that we've entered, we meaning Glenvale Villas, and have entered into the garden competition this year in two categories. One is the general garden, or the whole garden, and the second one is the most productive garden, which is the veggie garden, and there's fruit trees and stuff all around. And that's why I brought you here. I want to show you the veggie garden, and because I'm rather proud of it, and I want to share it with you guys. So here goes, take you to the veggie garden now. All right, so there it is, that's the veggie garden. So this is the veggie garden, basically just a bit of spare real estate between the end of two villa blocks. Two raised beds, or what do they call them, Colorbond raised beds. Another raised bed at the back there made of sleepers. Orange tree, there's passion fruit up against the wall, strawberries in pots, herbs along the wall. Couple of ground cover or prostrate rosemary in pots. I call them my cousin knit pots. And they reach right down to the ground. I'll give you a closer look in a minute. There's also, you probably can't see it in this shot, there's also a veggie pod. Yeah, it's a bit hidden, I'll show you. The veggie pod, it's got some stuff in it, so any spare space whatsoever I've crammed stuff in. Basically, it's for the residents' use here at Glenvale Villas. They come up and help themselves. Sometimes if there's an excess, we've got a couple of little wheelbarrows here, and I'll take stuff up and put it in there, and they can help themselves from the wheelbarrows. people, there's a few of the other staff have fruit trees and stuff like that produce excess fruit from time to time, and they'll bring produce in and put it into the wheelbarrows as well. So we'll just go for a bit of a walk around. It's not at its most productive. It's most of the winter stuff is finished and been harvested, and it's all new early spring planting at the moment, but we'll go through it. This is an interesting little strawberry. It's called strawberry tarpan. Was it last year, I think, for the Melbourne International Flower and Garden Show? I went down to Melbourne, and while I was there I visited all the diggers' gardens, and I saw this little pink flowering strawberry, and I had to have it, but it's and I did. So I just thought I'd show you that. It's pretty. Strawberries aren't great, but they're tasty, and it's fairly productive, so it's a good little variety, and it seems to fruit for quite a long time. So what else have I got? We've got supposed to be an edible kumquat in the end there. There's pots of herbs, a little bit of thyme. That's my cousin It. Prostrate rosemary. Strawberries down here around the outside of the raised garden bed. Carrots, lettuce I just planted the other day. More carrots, I grew those from seed. These lettuce you can see here where the residents just come and pick as they want. I've got some marigolds just for a bit of flour, a bit more flour for the carnival. Peas, beetroot, more radish, cabbage, strawberries up the middle there. Down here, this is the veggie pod. So we've got the spring onions, more spinach, beetroot, rocket, broccoli, and cabbage again. And in here I've got, this is the Sicily purple, which I had in the last video, the Quickie Monday, where I planted the Sicily purple at home. So there's also, I've got them here at work as well. Down here some bok choy grown from seed there. More broccoli, beetroot, cabbage, silver beet, sage, lemon balm, some overwintered tomatoes. I just trimmed and pruned them right back. Hopefully I'll get some growth out of them before the carnival. More cabbage, more cabbage, more cabbage. That's a very harshly done by chili. Surprisingly, that's probably 3 years old now. It'll come back again. I'll fertilise and water it up and it'll be away. Broccoli, coriander, and that is curry bush, which smells divine. Mint, same thing. Oh, pardon me. I'll do a story for you one day on mint. So I've got some peas. I've got a piece of coconut stuck on my throat. It's tickling like mad. There's an orange. Passion fruit. I haven't had any flowers or fruit yet. We only just planted that late last year. Hope this isn't going to be too shaky. I'm going to try a bit of handheld video, but this is ornamental kale. I planted this here because just around the corner I've got a row of peaches, little dwarf peaches and nectarines, as well as 4 espalier apples. So I'm combining the productive garden outside with the flower garden, so I thought I'd bring some of the flower garden into the productive garden. So this is the ornamental kale. I'll just take you around the corner and show you the ornamental peach, which I think is just peachy. It has this new foliage comes out, I don't know what you call it, a real burgundy red. And they're only a dwarf, a metre and a half they say. I don't know if you can see the espaliered apples. They don't look much in winter, unfortunately, when they're naked without their leaves, but in summer they're quite a show. It's also a great way to have fruiting trees in a small area, like up against the wall along the side of a pathway or something like that. What else can I say? Obviously I've got the English daisy planted up the middle with the cinerarias around the outside. So this, hopefully this will be a really nice feature with the peaches flowering, with the new leaves coming through. This one up here is pretty good. I'm gonna get a good shot of that. Alright, I'll take you back to the veggie garden here. Alright trendsetters, that's about it for me today. I just wanted to mention that I'll leave a link in the descriptions for Glendale Villas, and I'll leave a link for the Toowoomba Carnival Flowers, or TCOF. I hope you liked this video. If you did, click the like button below, subscribe. It's always welcome, always enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace and love.